Let's look at the steps to increase some productive behavior. First, we want to accentuate the positive. Be aware of the productive behavior. Catch the child doing something productive and reinforce it. You may use masking tape on their desk or maybe a pad of paper, and you want to record the number of times that you praise them for every 5-minute interval and that they remain in their seats or whatever it is. The point is to recognize the productive behavior, especially make sure that you make more positive comments than negative comments. Next, let's point out some of the productive behaviors. So praise the students who are paying attention. Attend to those who are sitting in their seats and doing the work in a very non-disruptive manner, saying something like, "Man, you're doing a great job. You watched the board the whole time I was doing that problem. You do a great job paying attention. That's a great answer. You listened very carefully to my question." These responses not only reinforce the student to whom they're directed, but they also help to provide the rest of the class with an explicit idea of what you mean by paying attention and working hard. Young children especially pick up cues from this sort, and they learn to model their actions. So we want to make sure that we model them after positive examples that we've established and that we have modeled and noted by the teacher. So really, you want to make sure that sometimes, though, public praise can be embarrassing, especially if you have a highly introverted student. So make sure that you know your student well. Next, we want to start small. So when your attention is really recognized as a powerful reinforcement, you want to realize that you want to give a little bit of praise. So give attention and praise at the very first signs of a productive behavior. You want to see students who engage in a variety of disruptions really need close attention for you to catch the first approximation in a positive response. Even if a minute ago the student talked to his neighbor, then you should still take a moment to praise them if they're studying right then. We want to look at how we can vary our comments. There are a number of words and actions that really do show approval. And although at first you may feel like you're praising so much that it sounds a little bit phony, it really will become more natural with time. And you want to make sure that you give praise for honest improvement. It is expressing what good teachers almost always feel anyway. You should be discriminating, though, with your approval. Award it only for deserving behaviors. Don't use it as a manipulation. And as you walk around the room or as you interact with students, make sure that you pat or you place your hand on the back of a student who's doing a good job. Also, quiet praise in combination with a physical sign of approval is very, very effective. Your approval is one of the most powerful reinforcements available in your classroom, and you should use it very appropriately and be able to use it well. Lastly, we want to look at how we can devise individual effective reinforcers for each student. And this may not be simple because it's going to really require a lot of ingenuity on your part. Each of your students is different. They're very individual. They're unique. And what they may be enjoying or rewarding and what you find for one is not going to work for another one. So observe what the student does when he can really freely choose and can give ideas for positive reinforcements. So we want to look at some reinforcement menus. That means creating a list of things that you might consider as a reward, what you want to use as a reinforcement. And then you want to allow your students to really designate and to choose which would be the most effective. So we want to look at some examples. Maybe praise or attention, the approval of your peers, parental improvement, earning extra points, honors, privileges, and maybe even tangible rewards. Also, don't forget those social reinforcements, and although they won't work for all students, they really can work for others. If tangible reinforcements are accompanied with praise, the praise itself becomes an incredible reinforcer. So bouncing, getting out of their seats, not fulfilling or finishing their work, a complete lack of interest, maybe even yelling. These are actually all attributes of motivation, and motivation is a plague and disturbing for parents, teachers, and even administrators, both in the home and the classroom. So the video you just watched is on how to motivate children, and it comes from a class that's available on udemy.com. In this course, there are a lot of handouts given, such as a list of ideas for individual motivation and group motivation, an internal needs model that includes the behaviors and solutions, a motivational planner, as well as a self-esteem assessment. You can find a link to access a limited number of coupons for this course in the description of this video.